Yahoo and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mara and today we are going to talk about Japan and my love for Japanese culture and Japanese people, basically. If that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. My love for Japan and for Japanese things basically started, I think, when I was 20 years old or maybe a little bit younger. I always enjoyed watching movies like Ju-on and Ringu. And because of one of my friends, I also started to listen to J-rock. I listened to bands like Dion Gray and Miyavi, and I really enjoyed that. Because of the internet, I started to make friends all over the world, also in Japan. And I found a lot of nice people on MySpace. If you don't know what MySpace is, it's basically the social media platform that everybody used before Facebook and Instagram. I met amazing people on MySpace. Some of those people are still friends of mine, very close friends of mine, and I love them dearly. I always go back to Japan to visit them and hang out with them. But back to the main topic, I like a lot of Japanese things. I don't really watch anime and read manga. I think the only anime that I watched are, of course, the Ghibli movies. I really love those. And I think the only anime series that I watched are, of course, Death Note, which is a classic. I also watched Samurai Champloo because of my brother. And I watched Nana. Those are the main anime series that I watched and enjoyed. But on Netflix, there's a show that I really enjoy right now, which is called Agretsuko. It's super funny. It's about a little raccoon and she loves metal. And she loves to go karaoke and sing metal. Anyways, when I started talking to Japanese people and learned more about the culture and the people and the country and the history, that's when I really fell in love and when I really decided I wanted to go to Japan someday. That time came and it was in 2007, in December, when I went to Japan for the first time. It was for a vacation, and I was there for about 3 weeks. I really enjoyed it, and to be honest, when I landed at Narita Airport, I started crying because I felt home. On a side note, I never really felt home here in Germany, and I always felt kind of out of place. I felt like people didn't really understand me because I was so different. And when I went to Japan for the first time, like I said, I really felt home. I felt very comfortable with the Japanese people and with the Japanese culture. So it's basically my home of heart. And I love to go to Japan, visit my friends, and just be home, basically. The last time that I've been to Japan was quite a long time ago. It was in summer 2018. I wanted to go back to Japan last year in May, but then Corona happened and I couldn't, and I still can't, and it makes me so sad because I miss Japan so much. I miss smelling the spring air and the cherry blossoms, and I miss my friends, and I miss the Japanese food, and I miss people talking Japanese around me all the time, and I just miss everything. And if you wonder where I always go to Japan, it's mainly the big cities like Tokyo and Osaka. I have also friends in Yokohama and Shiba. Hyogo, for example, one of my friends, he's an artist and he does spray art. He also has a YouTube channel. I'm going to link that in the card. And he moves always all over the place. He was in Tokushima for a while, but now he's back in Tokyo. And I just hope that I can see my friends soon. And yeah, just go back to Japan because I really miss it, like I said. I actually wanted to stay and live in Japan and work there. And after my first visit in 2007, my next step was to do the working holiday program, which I did in December 2008. I moved over to Tokyo and I stayed there for about a year until September of 2009. I stayed near Shinjuku, which is, I think, the area in Tokyo that I enjoy most, because there are a lot of rock bars, and I also love Koenji because there are a lot of alternative punk and rock people. Those are my people. I feel very comfortable around those people. And yeah, I worked 2 jobs in Japan. My first job was German teacher for private lessons. And I also worked as a waitress in Roppongi, which I don't really enjoy and which I don't really like, because you have too many tourists there, too many loud people, too many people that don't behave well, and I just don't like it. If you go to a different country, you should adapt to the customs and circumstances there, and you shouldn't act like an a-hole when you're drunk and throw your trash all over the streets. You shouldn't be yelling at people. You shouldn't start fights. And those types of things happened a lot in Roppongi, and that's why I didn't like Roppongi. I went there for work. I was happy when I was able to leave that area, and in my free time, I never hung out in Roppongi. I also enjoy Yokohama. It's a very beautiful place. One of my friends used to live there, and I want to go back so bad. I want to meet some people and just spend quality time with those people. A lot of my friends live in Tokyo. They work in Tokyo, and it's always so much fun to go back. But I honestly prefer the Kansai region because I feel people are more laid back, more open as well. And people in Tokyo are just so busy all the time. They don't have time in general to hang out. Everybody's just working, and it's not really fun. But of course, I still like Tokyo. I used to live there for 1 year, and it's also my home because I live there. If you have any questions for me about Japan, please feel free to leave them down below. I'm not going to promise you that I can answer everything. I'm not going to promise you that I will have the best recommendations for tourists in Japan, because I don't behave as a tourist in Japan, because I basically just go home to meet my friends and hang out. So I don't do the whole sightseeing stuff and visiting, I don't know, all those touristy places, because I just don't. So I can't really recommend those types of things to you. But in general, if you have questions on how to, I don't know, start the working holiday process, maybe I could help you and advise you a little bit. But since it was a long time ago that I did the whole process, I might not be able to tell you about the current one. I think it's usually pretty easy. Just ask the Japanese embassy here in Germany. Also, you should be prepared to have enough money so that you can afford to live in Japan without working as well. And in general, just do your research and have fun with that, because that's the most fun part for me always. Yeah. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, we can do a part 2, 3, whatever on Japan. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. And in the future, I probably will do some vlog types of videos when I go back to Japan. But as of now, I can't because of Corona. So you have to deal with me just talking, because that's what Kotatsu Talk is all about. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next video, stay real, keep it real, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.